Driver enthusiasts, I know that you are going to be sorely disappointed that there isn't an STI version of the current WRX, but never fear, because, well, okay, you can fear it if you want to, but this is still no slouch, okay? I'm going to get into that now, but the reason that Subaru's done it like this now is because they want to sort of move away from that whole boy racer kind of vibe that Subaru has. I mean, the heritage of it being, you know, in rallies and everything, which, look, confession time, not a big rally fan. However, I do appreciate the sort of history of this car and where it came from. I think, though, what they've done is really clever because they want to appeal to a broader customer base, right? And a lot of those people who were sort of into rallies back in the day, the young'uns, you know, are no longer young'uns. You know, they're older than me probably. And so you want maybe a more mature, more grown-up sort of business sedan, a family sedan. And this is now what this offers. Now, like I said, it's no slouch, okay? It's now got a 2.4 litre, 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. So not the 2 litre anymore. It's got 202 kilowatts of power and 350 Newton meters of torque. It's mated to either a 6-speed manual or CVT. I'm in the CVT at the moment, so I think it's a good thing that there's still a manual option. This CVT though is fantastic. It almost feels like a regular auto box, which I think is, like I say, what you want. You hear CVT and you're like, blah, 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 blah. But it's really only when you pushing it at the very top end will you maybe notice that this is in fact a CVT, but it's more like a racing box than anything. Feels like it anyways. The handling and the grip is just superb. This is all in thanks to, this is built on Subaru's global platform. And so, like, honestly, you can throw this into corners. It feels so solid, so weighted, so grippy, you know, which is really, really, really what you want in a car that will still appeal to a driver enthusiast, but who maybe still wants a little bit of the comfort that, you know, a regular sort of sedan would offer. Now, there's maybe one that I find the ride to be quite hard. I've popped it into comfort mode. You can put it into sport and sport plus, but like, I don't like that feeling, okay? Some drivers want that. I do not want that, okay? But it isn't too bad. You know, it's kind of noticeable, but otherwise, oh God, there we go. And I'm on like a smooth road. Hey. Oh, Kelly, since you've been gone. So fuel consumption is claimed at 8.5 litres. I think you're going to probably sit closer to sort of 10 or 11, even, like, depending on how you're driving it, but you know. The interior is rather lovely, okay? So I love suede because I hate leather. And I find this to be so much more upmarket and premium, and just, you don't burn your ass in summer and freeze your ass off in winter. It's like just lovely all round. So that I love. This screen, this touchscreen, albeit enormous, is I would like more buttons, because so even though you've got a little separate section here for the climate control and everything, they're still touchscreen buttons, do you know? And so I find myself struggling to kind of get through the air properly because I press it and I've pressed the wrong thing, and then all of a sudden I press auto and I'm like, so much air in my face and all that vibes. And obviously there's a few screens you have to go through for a lot of things. That's like with all touchscreens. It's not exclusive to Subaru by any means. But otherwise it's sort of quite intuitive. It looks very good. The graphics are great. And so that I quite enjoy. I have turned a couple of the safety features off, if only because they're a little bit sensitive, you know. So it's got like very cool safety features. It's a bloody safe car, but I don't want to be told, you know, when you're driving and there's a corner and there's a car parked on the corner, it now is like, I'm like, I see, it's parked, I'm going around the car, we're gonna curve, do you know? But you know, each their own. Hear me say is how I pictured me with you. So this is 859,000 Rand. The manual's a bit cheaper. This has got more spec than the manual. I think that Subaru's done a really good job of creating a very good family sedan now that will still appeal, like I said, to those driver enthusiasts who, when they think of a WRX, are like, oh my God, amazing, like performance. Because it still offers that. And I think it still stands. Look, it certainly turns heads. I was trying to film the exterior yesterday and I had like 3 traffic cops pull over. I thought it was because I put my number plate on it, but I was like, I'm parked though and I'm taking photos, but they just wanted to come and chat about the car. So, and then another guy pulled over because now he wanted to see. I was quite embarrassed because people were driving past. I think they thought I'd probably been pulled over for speeding, but I hadn't. But either way, if you don't like attention, you're not going to want to be in a WRX. Overall, still love it. And it's still going to be loved. That's for sure. I also love Subaru, that it's like a niche sort of little, not little, but like you kind of know when someone's driving a Subaru, like they know their shit, because they just produce such incredible cars and they're not out there for like mass production and mass customer base. You know, they want to do what they do well and appeal to those customers who know their shit. And I love them for that. But since you've been gone,